video settings.
Maybe you can log off and log back in. Maybe that also solve.
Correct. तेच करायला सांग. रिस्पॉन्स चांगला आहे निलेश.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yesterday we had 75 plus.
70 बघितलं मी.
Yeah.
आता पण स्टार्टिंगला 22 आहेत.
हा.
चांगलं आहे. गुड. स्टार्ट तर चांगलं झालंय.
Yes.
We'll continue.
Today's topic is also very good and interesting. And Athole sir has been associated with various projects, in fact, farm related. He comes from a banking background, Bank of Maharashtra hote, but he is very familiar with lot of agri and
Okay. गव्हर्नमेंटचं कोण नाही हे करत का ड्रॅगिन?
We'll try to bring industry government.
Industry department.
We'll bring them.
Okay.
So, should we start?
No, I think Athole sir has logged out because, so let's give him chance to come back in.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Athole sir.
पण मी पुन्हा लॉग ऑफ करून केलं तरी पण ते काही पिक्चर काय येत नाही. माझ्या याच्यावर येत आहे स्टॉप व्हिडिओ.
हा. मग स्टॉप करून परत स्टार्ट करून बघा.
केलं ते पण काय होत नाहीये. आणि आता स्टार्ट व्हिडिओ आलं ते केलं तरी.
Okay, maybe we'll do it without the video.
Yeah.
So we'll start. Diksha will start.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's program hosted by Chamber for Advancement of Small and Medium Businesses. So I would like to request everyone to mute yourself, and we'll have a Q&A session at the end. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat box. So now I would like to call upon our Mr. President, Mr. Nilesh Lele sir, to give a brief overview of today's session and also introduce today's speaker. So over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. And first and foremost, welcome to our today's speaker, Vijay Athole sir. Also welcome, I see few familiar faces, Dr. Prakash Kondekar, as well as Lalit Maheshwari sir, and few others. welcome to all the students and all the participants that we are here today. Also would like to request everybody if they're okay with Marathi as a language of delivery or Hindi, don't unmute yourself. Maybe you can say, if Marathi is not okay, you put it in the chat box that you don't understand Marathi, because if we have people out from outside Maharashtra, then I would request Athawale sir to maybe talk in Hindi or English. But if everybody understands Marathi, we may go with Marathi as a language. But if whoever does not understand Marathi, only they can put in the chat box, don't understand Marathi. So if you have sizable population, then we'll try to stick to non-Marathi as a language. So I take this opportunity to welcome you all to the chamber and the activities that we have been doing since Monday, and also give you a little brief about what the chamber is, why it was formed, what are the benefits, and what are the activities that are lined up for the month of March. So as you can see on the screen, we are based out of Mumbai. We have an office in BKC next to the family court. And in fact, one of the benefits of becoming a member is that you can use our office for your own meetings, or your team meetings, or if your client meetings, since it's in a central location in Mumbai. We are also, we have our own website at casmb.org.in. So more things can be found out on our website. We are also very active on social media with a handle on Instagram as well as Twitter, LinkedIn page, and YouTube channel, where even today's lecture is getting recorded and it will be put on our YouTube channel for viewing or for referring it in future. So, okay. So I see that few of you don't understand Marathi. So I'll request Athawale sir to stick to Hindi or English primarily. So why was the chamber formed is primarily because we want to work closely with all stakeholders so that we can work towards the advancement. So the focus is on advancement. So entrepreneurs are getting formed, companies are getting formed, there are a lot of startups that are coming up, but it's really reaching a critical mass and advancing in taking them to the next level is what our mission is. And MSMEs have always been the backbone of our economy, but we have seen, especially during COVID-19 pandemic, that MSME sector did take a pretty big beating. So we want them to become more and more resilient and be a much stronger backbone for Indian economy. Let's look at certain numbers that, in fact, MSME is never given a credit, but it actually contributes almost 30% to India's GDP and 48% to the total export that India is doing. It also employs 11 crore people. In fact, in December, Honorable Minister for MSME, Nitinji Gadkari, has given us a vision and a task that we need to increase this contribution from 30% to 40% of the GDP, and also try to contribute more towards export and increase it from 48% to 60%. MSME is also expected to contribute almost 5 crore jobs in the next 5 years. So that's the reason why this chamber was formed right at the height of the pandemic. And our tagline is basically, we want to empower the MSME entrepreneurs to achieve the next level of success. I've listed a few objectives over here where we want to represent MSME in various forums. We also want to empower farmers to become entrepreneurs. And in fact, today's topic is basically that in fact, on the launch day, Shri Girish Chitale from Chitale Dairy, Chitale Bandhu Mithai Wale, did mention that farmer was actually the first entrepreneur. Because what is an entrepreneur? He's someone who produces something in excess of what is required by himself. So he produces more and then barters it or sells it in the open market. So farmer was probably the first entrepreneur. Unfortunately, over a period of time, they have forgotten that it should also be viewed as a farmer should view their business or their farming as a business and think like an entrepreneur. So today's initiative or today's talk is predominantly trying to help farmers to get that kind of a mindset. We also want to bring different stakeholders and different pieces of the puzzle together. So the convergence of the research that is happening. Yesterday, we had a session on technology transfer. Next 4 Tuesdays also, we'll be having sessions from top institutes across India who will be showcasing right from NIFTEM to BRC, IFPT. They'll be showcasing the technologies that are available in their institute that can be picked up or licensed out by wannabe entrepreneurs. We also want to help SMEs to become global players, also tap into global markets, build capacity through training and development. So we have our own initiative called Food Tech Pathshala, where we'll be soon be launching that, where you will have short videos or short educational modules which can be downloaded or viewed online based on different topics. So like a Udemy or a Byju's, but focus will be more on entrepreneurship. We also plan to have a lot of study tours and participate in different exhibitions, and all in all basically help SMEs to reach the next level. Our team is growing day by day as we talk. I think we will soon be welcoming few more on our management team. But at this point, as we speak, we have Professor Smita Lele, Dr. Prabodh Halde, and Dr. Prakash Kondekar, who's here today on our advisory board. And on our management team, Mr. Umesh Kamble, who's probably the backbone of our team. Along with him, we also have Mr. Prashant Naigaonkar, who's an expert in finance, who also has he's joined today. Mr. Ajit Kasar from sales and marketing background, Mr. Sachin Kumboje from startup incubation kind of background, and Mr. Anup Kulkarni again from entrepreneurship, startup, as well as banking, loans, and that kind of a background. So we have a very strong and complementary team bringing various aspects of expertise to the table. The initiatives that we have planned for the month of March is Entrepreneur Speaks on Mondays, where on Monday, Girish Chitraji from Chitra Dairy was a speaker. We have few more speakers lined up. In fact, we have 3 speakers on next Monday, because it's also the Women's Day. So we have 3 women in successful entrepreneurs who, and you will see the list shortly. On Tuesdays, as I said, technology transfer. On Wednesdays will be the weekly knowledge forum. And on Thursday, like tomorrow, we have a session which will focus on the top 10 recent developments in government schemes and policies. We keep hearing about GEMS portal or trades portal. We keep hearing about Atmanirbhar Bharat. Then we hear about PMFME. So all of these things, the recent development is something that CA Maheshwar Marathi is going to cover tomorrow. And then on every Fridays, we'll have like a networking of our members. In addition to this, there would be some standalone programs like Incubation Cell is something that we will be launching shortly. We are in talks with 2 institutes, one in Navi Mumbai and one in Kolhapur, where we'll be co-managing the Incubation Cell. We also plan to have a buyer-seller meet either on the second Saturday of March or on the third Saturday, where our members and the startups will get a chance to pitch to certain buyers or either distributors or merchant exporters or even category managers from modern trade, so that they can actually transact and business can actually happen is what we want to do. Like I mentioned, these are some of the confirmed upcoming events, and we are trying to bring in stalwarts and well-known personalities in our entrepreneurship speak. I'm in talks with Mr. Anand Chodia sir from Suhana and Praveen Masale, also talking to Mr. Anna Sahib Chakote from Chakote Group to be on our platform and tell us about and inspire us about their success stories. And like I mentioned about the different series and the technology transfer, as well as the knowledge series, is something that is listed out here. We would also like to listen from members who are attending here, as well as either through the chat box or through email, that if there are certain topics they would like us to cover, or we can always connect you to one-to-one to some of the experts. Like yesterday, someone had a question on intellectual property rights. So right away, we connected her to a couple of lawyers who can actually guide her further. So feel free to give us any inputs, any feedback as to things that you would like to learn or hear from us. So as I mentioned, there are immense benefits of becoming a member. In fact, we already have many members sign up from double-digit members sign up from yesterday's program. Again, the agenda is not to make members. If we add value, I know we'll be getting members. So there are many benefits trying to bring a platform where SMEs will have a voice in the bureaucrats or in the government across different platforms. As a member, you'll also be getting subsidized rates or even free free registration to most of our chamber events and also our partner events. In fact, today we are fortunate that we already have 3 support partners. We already have 3 support partners. We have AFST Mumbai. We also have Entra O2, and we have NetPro So any of our partner events also will be subsidized to our chamber members. These are the membership fee. So we envision that most of our members will be in 5 crore or less turnover. So a fee, annual membership fee of 2,500. And then based on the classification of micro, small and medium, the fees keeps going up incrementally. But still, the idea is not just to collect the fees. The idea is to actually add value to the life of the SME. So if anybody has any questions, they can always reach out to me, and my team is also available. These are my coordinates, my phone number and my email address, and in the chat box also I'll put it later on. So with this, I take this privilege, and I see some, let me just mute. Okay. So with this, I take the privilege of introducing our speaker today. I'm very happy that Athole sir has accepted our invite and he's here. So a brief about him. He is 75 years of age, and I've seen him travel. Maybe due to lockdown, he may have cut down a little bit of his travel, but I've myself personally traveled with him extensively across Maharashtra. So even at the young age of 75, he is MSc Agri. He also holds CAIIB CCPPM from UK. He was a professor of agronomy for 5 years. Then after that 26 years, he was with Bank of Maharashtra, and with last posting as regional manager at Ahmedabad. He has worked 8 years in German government funded project for tribal development in Gujarat. I think that was the Mango project. Maybe, sir, you can talk more about it also during your talk. Last 16 years as freelance consultant in agriculture and finance. He's an ex-consultant of SFAC, which is a small farmers agri consortium, New Delhi, as well as Mavim, Mumbai. Presently, he's a project advisor in SFAC project for promotion of 5 farmer producer companies in Satara and Kolhapur district. He has visited 12 countries in the world as Government of India delegate to study agri and agri credit systems in developed and developing countries. He has been a consultant in NABARD funded projects and a couple of NGOs. So with this rich experience, I would like to hand over the mic or the platform to Athole sir. Maybe we can give a last try of seeing if your video turns on. If not, then we'll just hear to you.
Thank you so much. Are you getting me?
Yes, 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 sir. We can hear you.
So good evening to all the participants, and especially I am very much thankful to Mr. Nilesh Lele for giving me this opportunity to talk to you on how best the farmers can be the entrepreneurs and take agriculture not as a just a livelihood for them, but to take it as on a business mode. And my session and my deliberations would be to those who have opted to remain and live in the rural areas and do the farming business as their livelihood. So with that, now I would start. Now the concept of the farmer producer company, that is the farmer producer company, is for the benefit of farmers and from the rural areas. And this farmer producer company is a very recent concept, maybe from 2013, when a company under the Company Act, the recent developments and the improvements have been made to become the farmer producer company as a private limited company. Now this private limited company is of the farmers, is owned by the farmers, managed by the farmers, and for the economic upliftment of the farmers. So it is basically the farmers who would be the owners of this private limited company, like the other private limited companies working for in the various sectors. This farmer producer company is promoted by the Small Farmer Agri Business Consortium, which is called as SFAC, having the headquarters at Delhi, and it is a promoted organization by Government of India under Agriculture and Cooperation Ministry to boost up the living standards of the farmers by way of bringing them together. Now, this farmer producer company is owned by the farmer, and in order to start or make a beginning, it is to be registered under the Company Act of the Government of India. Now, in order to start with the activity, the registration would call for the 10 farmers from the nearby cluster of villages coming together and promoting these organizations as the promoters of this organization. These 10 persons or the 10 farmers should be able to have the submission of the documents for registration of the company by way of their 712 extract or record of rights. Then they should submit the PAN card, then Aadhaar card, electric bill, and also 3 photos. So all these 10 farmers have to submit these documents to the registrar of companies through a company secretary for registration of this company. The minimum number is 10, but the promoters can be even more than that. So 10 promoters coming together and submitting the documents for registration. It will be an online registration with the help of the company secretary, and within a period of less than 1 month, the company can be registered. While submitting the proposal, the promoters have to indicate 6 names of their choice. What would be the name of this future farmer producer company? If this, out of these 6 names, one of the name would be accepted and approved by the ROC, and within a period of 2-3 days, first the approval of the name would be there from the ROC. Once the name is approved, then the other documents are submitted by the company secretary, and within a period of less than 1 month, the company can be registered as a farmer producer company. In this company, out of the 10 promoters, they have to select 5, at least minimum 5 persons as the first directors of the company. The number of directors as per the act can be between 5 to 15 farmers who would be interested to become the first directors of this company. Sorry, but whenever the number of directors goes up, the registration cost also goes on increasing. And as per the act, in any farmer producer company, the director number can be varying between 5 to 15 directors. And once the first 5 directors are considered or selected by the 10 people, they would be considered and their names would appear in the MOA and AOA of the farmer producer company. This farmer producer company can take up all the agri-based activities for the benefit of the farmers. Now, presently, the situation is the farmers are facing a number of difficulties in taking up the farming business. The first and most important is that the costs of cultivation are going up and they are not in line with whatever income they are getting from the farming business. So the first objective of the farmer producer company is to reduce down the cultivation cost of the farmers and by way of the various activities and the business services which can be extended by the farmer producer company to its member. The second problem of the farmers is they are quite competent in increasing the production and the productivity of the various crops which they are taking up in their respective fields. However, whenever the produce is harvested and ready for sale, they are stuck up there and they are being taken for granted by the traders and the long supply chain which is there in between farmers and the consumer. So because of that, the farmer is hardly getting whatever the price the consumer is paying. Out of that only he gets a share of only 30%. The remaining 70% is being consumed by the long supply chain between the producer and the consumer. So the second objective of the farmer producer company is how best the producers can be directly connected to the consumer and reduce down this long supply chain so that the share of the price going to the farmer can be increased substantially. The third one is the farmer is not quite conversant with the value addition of the agriculture produce. And because of that, he is selling the raw produce which he is getting from the farm. But even then, there are a lot of opportunities for the value addition and the processing of the agriculture produce, which is being taken care of by the entrepreneurs and by the businessmen. But the share of this value addition is not being received by the farmers, and they have to get satisfied only whatever they are getting of the raw agriculture produce. So the third objective is how best the farmers coming together as a private limited company or a farmer producer company is to take up various value addition and the processing activities as the activities of the farmer producer company. The third one is that whenever the produce is harvested, because he is in need of funds for meeting his family needs, he sells the produce immediately after harvest. And what happens, and because of the lot of supplies in the market as against the demand, the prices fall down miserably. And because of that, the farmer is again being difficult to get the produce of or the values which he is expected to get. So the third option of the third objective of the farmer producer company is to provide the storage facilities to the farmer so that they can keep their produce and get the pledge loans from the banks or from the agriculture department so that they can keep hold their produce for certain couple of months till the prices of the produce are as per their expectations. Then in addition to that, the farmer producer company is also expected to give them the knowledge about the new technologies in agriculture so that the productivity per acre or per unit area can be increased substantially by adopting the various agricultural practices and adoption of the new crops and the new varieties, which perhaps the farmer is not able to take up because of the absence of knowledge as far as the new technology. So this farmer producer company is you can say a very good opportunity for the farmers to come together and increase their strength of negotiation as far as the farm produce price is concerned. And because of that, they can also get the various services at their doorstep with the help of the services which are being offered by the farmer producer company to its members who are the owners of the farmer producer company. Now, in order to give that and in order to boost up these activities and the farmer producer company as a profit making company, lot of government incentives are being given by the small farmer agri business consortium. And these are in terms of the three schemes. The one is the equity grant scheme, wherein the SFAC gives a equity grant equal to the contributions made by the farmers in the shares of the farmer producer company, maximum to the extent of 15 lakhs of rupees. So with collection of 15 lakhs rupees as the share capital from the farmers, the SFAC gives them the equal contribution, which is a non-refundable, and it is for the farmer producer company to use it as their equity. The another advantage and another scheme of the SFAC, if the farmer producer company is involved in processing and also the value addition, then SFAC gives a grant to the extent of 6 lakhs rupees as a grant in the form of venture capital. But this grant has to be returned back to the SFAC after 6 years without any interest. So it is, you can say, the equity to the extent of 6 lakhs rupees without payment of the interest is made available to the company in the initial years of its existence. So in a way, a company can have 15 lakhs rupees from the farmers, then 6 lakhs rupees as a venture capital, 15 lakhs rupees as a capital in the form of the SFAC's contribution. So 36 lakhs becomes the capital or the equity of the farmer producer company. Now there is another third scheme of the SFAC. With these 36 lakhs as the equity of the farmer producer company, there are the scheme of credit guarantee, that if the banks, particularly the nationalized banks and the private bank, if they extend a loan up to 1 crore rupees to this farmer producer company for taking up various business activities for the benefit of their farmer members, it can be extended by the bank without any security, but the SFAC stands as a guarantor for the repayment of the loan of rupees 1 crore up to rupees 1 crore for the farmer producer company. And because of that, the farmer producer company gets the adequate funding for taking up the various business activities. So in a nutshell, the 1 crore and 36 lakhs are available to the farmer producer company for taking up or investing these funds for taking up various business activities. Now this 1 crore 36 lakhs is 1 crore loan is expected to repaid back by the farmer producer company over a period of 9 to 15 years, depending upon the viability of the various business activities which are included in the business development plan of a farmer producer company, which is to be submitted to the bank, and that is for a period of 3 to 5 years for utilizing this 1 crore 36 lakhs. Now in this farmer producer company's business development plan, the activities which are expected to be made available to the farmers depend upon the types of cropping pattern, the agroclimatic conditions, the infrastructure available, the natural resources available in the area, and such the detailed project report is being prepared by consultants like us and submitted to the bank for approval. So it takes about normally 2 to 3 months for getting the financial assistance approved as per the detailed project report. Now in this business development plan, some of the activities which are more liked by the farmers, they are the first one. In order to reduce down the cultivation cost, the farmer producer company can take up the setting up the agro service center, and by which they will be able to get the various inputs like fertilizers, manures, then seeds, and as well as the insecticides and pesticides at a concessional rate, perhaps less than whatever is the market price. In addition to that, they are very sure about the quality of these inputs as far as their efficacy is concerned. So one of the activities which is commonly taken up as an initial business activity and which is more required by the farmers at present is the supply of various inputs by taking up the dealership directly from the manufacturers by this farmer producer company. The second activity, which is nowadays is most liked by the farmer, is the custom hiring unit. Nowadays, the problem of labor is there in the rural areas, and it becomes difficult for the farmers to get the adequate labor, and that too in time, for taking up the various cultivation operations and to see that they produce and the productivity is maintained at an adequate level. So in order to do that, the farmer producer company purchases the tractor and the other required implements and offers the services of the tractor to the farmers at a at a concessional rate, and as compared to the custom hiring units owned by the individuals or the private farmers in that particular area. So this is the second business activity which can be taken up by the farmers, by the farmer producer companies for the benefit of farmers. The third and most important business activity is to have the collective marketing of the produce aggregated from their members. So the aggregation of the produce of the members is done by the farmer producer company, and because of the economies of scale and because of the large volumes available with the farmer producer company, it can negotiate in a better way with the bulk suppliers or even directly with the consumers through various market linkages, and in a way gets a better price than whatever price the farmer is getting from the middleman trader, which is always not benefiting the farmer, but he is more interested to get more and more share of the price of the agriculture produce for his benefit. So this collective organized marketing is again another, you can say, the advantage to the farmers to sell their produce in a collective way by aggregating the produce at the farmer producers level. The another activity of the business is to construct the godowns, or at least to take up the godowns on hiring basis by the farmer producer company, and giving them the opportunity to the farmers to store their produce in the godown and wait till the market prices are as per their expectations. Till the produce is in the godown, the facilities from the Agriculture Marketing Board as a pledge loan facility are available at a very concessional rate of 6% per annum, and the farmer can keep the produce for a period of about 6 months and wait till he is having a better price market position for sale of his produce. In addition to that, the farmer producer company, because farmer producer company is interested to increase the productivity and adoption of the new techniques in agriculture, is also extending the capacity building programs to the farmers for adopting the various new agriculture technologies, as well as for introduction of new crops which are going to give them more marketable surplus as compared to the crops which he is taking as a business or as a for meeting the family needs. So giving the capacity building programs, offering the training programs to the farmers is also another activity which gives them the opportunity, more particularly to the small and marginal farmers, to get this facility at their village or mostly in the nearby village. In addition to that, the farmer producer company can work also as a bank by extending the loans up to a limited limit for the various their agriculture needs. And this is how he can be a borrower, or he can avail the facilities from the farmer producer company instead of going to the bank to for certain amounts of loan, where it will be available in a very convenient way without much documentation process and without offering any guarantee in the form of the assets of the farmer. So in such cases, the farmer producer company avails a bulk loan from the bank and extends the individual loans to the members and recovers it from the produce he is offering in this aggregate pool, and then selling it as the produce collected by the farmer producer company from the farmer. So these are the some of the activities and the business which can be taken up by such farmer producer companies. Now, in order to get the benefits of the funding from the SFAC, the minimum requirements are there should be the membership, or the shareholder should be minimum 500. Out of these 500 farmers, 1/3 should be having the lands less than 5 acres, because the government of India is more interested to offer the such facilities from the farmer producer company to the small and the marginal farmers. Then the third one is that the whatever the farmers are there and the directors, out of the directors, one director should be a woman director. Every farmer has to invest minimum 1,000 rupees in the share capital of the farmer producer company. But there is no limit to that. As far as the more than 1,000 also he can invest, and there is, as per the provisions in the law, the such company on making profits can extend the benefit of giving the dividend from the ranging between 10 to 15% to the shareholders based on whatever investments have been made by them in the share capital. So this is the these are the various features of the farmer producer company. And in Maharashtra, at present, more than 5,000 farmer producer companies have been established under the various heads with the help of SFAC, the another nodal agency for promoting the farmer producer company is the NABARD, and another one is NCDC, that is the National Cooperative Development Corporation. Under the NCDC, however, the company is registered under the Cooperative Act, while in case of the NABARD and the SFAC, such companies are registered under the Companies Act with the amendment of 2013. Now, there is a recent development that the government of India has announced the promotion of 10,000 farmer producer companies in the entire country over a period of another 5 years. And the most of the modalities have been completed, and the cooperative based business organizations have been identified both by the SFAC and the NABARD to take up and to guide the farmers to promote as many farmer producers as possible in another period of 4 to 5 years with the help of these two nodal agencies at the national level, that is the NABARD and the SFAC, and the third one in the cooperative sector as NCDC. So now the another opportunity for those who are the youngsters who have been graduated in the faculty of agriculture, maybe BSc agriculture or MSc agriculture, or those who have completed their MBAs in marketing and finance can be the good opportunity for them to work as the chief executive officers of these farmer producer companies. It is mandatory on each farmer producer company to appoint a CEO for taking up the business activities as has been outlined in their business development plan. So he becomes a guide to the director board as well as implementing the decisions taken up by the board of directors for the benefit of farmers. So this is in nutshell the farmer producer concept which is being taken up, and there are good opportunities for the youngsters who have decided to stay in the villages, do the farming, and in that case they can be very well take up such a concept of farmer producer companies by working as the promoters of the organization and also to work as the CEOs in these farmer producer companies. So these are the you can say a very good platform for the farmers to empower themselves in their economic standards by increasing and by doubling the income through various services which are offered by the farmer producer company to a farmer. I am presently guiding about more than 40 to 50 farmer producer companies in order to make them self-sufficient in a period of next 2 to 3 years by way of availing these government facilities as well as the bank loan, and then implementing the business development plans which are prepared based on the requirements or based on the services which are expected by the farmers from the area where this farmer producer company is established. So this is in nutshell I wanted to share with you, and it is possible for those who would like to take up this farmer producer company as a business entity for their own area. They can very well contact me for getting the further guidance in establishing such farmer producer companies in their respective areas. So I think I should now stop, and I would invite the participants to raise their questions so that I would be able to solve them and satisfy and give the various options which are available for taking up this activity in the rural areas.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Athawale sir. Maybe I'll take the opportunity to ask the first question. If you can give maybe a case study, if you're okay with it, on a no-name basis, so that it can help others. I think dairy was, I think you mentioned 40 to 50 FPOs you are advising. Yeah.
Now, at present, the 5 farmer producer companies which are being taken up in Satara and Kolhapur are basically for the jawar growing areas in Satara, because the jawar is a very staple food and it is more nutritious than rice and paddy, rice and wheat. So Government of India has taken up these 3 farmer producer companies in Satara district, where I am working as a project advisor. The another 2 companies are taken up in Kolhapur area for the promotion of the nachni, that is called as ragi in Maharashtra. It is again a very nutritious food, and both these 5 companies have been taken up under the Food for Security program of Government of India. Now these 5 companies have been recently registered under the Companies Act in the last 6 months or so, and now we are on the stage of whatever nachni has already been harvested by the farmer, and it is expected that about 500 quintals of nachni, after proper cleaning, grading and its packaging can be made available to the bulk purchasers in Pune who are doing the value addition activity by converting them into flour and making it available at the to the consumers in Pune. So this is one. The second one is, as far as the Jawar is concerned, again we are taking up the setting up the cleaning grading units at the respective headquarters of these farmer producer companies in the areas where it is only a rain-fed farming area, that is the uh, Fulton block. Then second one is Man and Hata, which are the drought-prone area. So in this also, we would like to join and link up the marketing with the bulk purchasers in Pune and then selling it to the consumers. We hope that by doing so, instead of selling the produce by the farmers to the traders in the local area, they would be directly connected to the consumers, and it is expected that there will be a substantial rise in their income by way of at least a 500 to 700 rupees per quintal. They will be able to get a higher price by such collective marketing efforts. In addition to that, we are also now in the process of getting the licenses for these all the 5 companies to start the agro service centers in the respective clusters for the benefit of the farmers. Then after first our audited balance sheet, which would be ready after 31st of March, then we will be able to get the fund assistance from Bank of Maharashtra or any other nationalized bank to the extent of 1 crore by submission of the business development plan for these 5 companies. So you are most welcome to see and visit these farmer producer companies, talk to the directors and then their aspirations as far as the taking up these farmer producer companies as the profit making companies in another next 2 years. Till that time, the SFAC is giving the project support for the period of 3 years by meeting all the salaries and also the administrative cost of these farmer producer companies for the first 3 years period. And then after 3 years, they are expected to work as the independent organizations and the profit making organizations. Here I am working as a project advisor, and I am assisted by 1 chief executive officer and 1 project coordinator at each FPC location. So such farmer producer companies can be now initiated and promoted with the help of the NABARD and the SFAC under the new scheme of promoting 10,000 farmer producer companies. And in this direction, I would be able to help the entrepreneurs to set up these units with the financial assistance from Government of India as well as from the banking sector. Have I
Yes,
replied?
yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I think Prakash Kondekar sir had a question.
Yeah. Atole sir,
Huh.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
I am as young as you are.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. But I have a few questions about few of my friends.
Huh?
Those they are in the age group of 60 to 80.
Okay.
And they have their own farmhouses.
Very good.
They have their plantations of see mangoes, then some other fruits like pomegranate, dalim,
Yeah.
and some other things.
Yeah.
Can they be called as a farmers under this definition?
As long as they are holding the record of rights of the lands where they are taking up the agriculture activity, for
Okay.
all purposes, they are the farmers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or in simple
Thank you.
terms, Satbara Uttara, if they have in their name.
Yes.
Sangas.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And they can then come together 10 farmers in a maybe in a cluster of villages, maybe for
Yeah,
a
yeah.
district or maybe for
That
a
I
block.
got. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Redmi 9 Power, someone with that name has raised a hand.
हा नमस्कार सर. निलेश
बोला.
कदम बोलतोय फलटण वरून.
हा बोला.
हा आम्ही नवीन आता फार्मा प्रोड्युसर कंपनी एस्टॅब्लिश करतोय, म्हणजे आम्ही सीएस कडे दिलेलं आहे कागदपत्र एवढ्या
बरं.
2 दिवसात. तर
बरं.
आम्हाला पहिल्यांदा कृषी सेवा केंद्रच चालू करायचं ऍग्री बिझनेस, आणि तुमची कन्सल्टन्सी आम्हाला मिळू शकते का?
अगदी
त्या विषयावर-
नक्की मिळू शकेल. नक्की मिळू शकेल.
फलटण मध्ये आहे, आम्ही प्रॉपर फलटण मध्ये करणार आहे.
काहीच
आणि
हरकत नाही.
आणि तुम्ही जी फलटण मध्ये दुसरी कोणती आहे कंपनी म्हणला तुम्ही?
ती आता तरडगावला या एसएफएसीच्या सपोर्ट खाली तरडगावला फार्मर प्रोड्युसर कंपनी केलेली आहे.
हा हा हा
आणि ती ज्वारी उत्पादक शेतकऱ्यांची आहे.
हा बरोबर. हा चालतंय ना. आम्हाला काय करायचं, आमच्या इथं मेनली काय आहे, म्हणजे आमच्या एरियात डाळिंब आणि द्राक्ष फळबागा आहेत जास्त. त्याच्यासाठी
बरोबर.
आम्हाला कृषी सेवा केंद्र करायचं, तर ते आपण एसएफसी आणि नाबार्ड थ्रू करू शकतोय का? हे आता आमचं आता रजिस्ट्रेशन झाल्यानंतर पुढे प्रोसेस काय करता येईल?
रजिस्ट्रेशन झाल्यानंतर मग मी ज्या काही एसएफएसीच्या इक्विटी ग्रांट, व्हेंचर कॅपिटल अँड क्रेडिट गॅरंटी या तुमच्या कंपनीला 1 वर्षानंतर पहिली तुमची ऑडिटेड बॅलन्स शीट झाली की तुम्हाला या प्रकारच्या सेवा एसएफएसी आणि बँक कडून मिळू शकते.
हो. नाही, आमचं आता ते एका बायर कंपनी ना, त्यांच्याशी पण बोलणं झालंय. बायर वाले पण सपोर्ट करतात, डीलरशिप देतात. बायर आहे, त्यात यारा आहे, नेटाफिम ड्रीप आहे, आणि
बरोबर.
बहुतेक कुठेतरी बँक आहे, म्हणजे ते गव्हर्नमेंटनी चालू केलेलं आहे. त्यांचं पण बोलणं झालंय, ते एवढ्या 1 मार्च एंडिंग नंतर चालू करा म्हणतात कृषी सेवा केंद्र.
चांगली गोष्ट.
पण त्या संदर्भात बाकीचं जे आपल्याला आता हे जायचं का नाही, एसएफसी किंवा त्या दुसऱ्या स्कीम आहेत काय, मला आपल्या 1-2 वर्षानंतर ज्या करायच्या आहेत, त्याच्यासाठी आम्हाला म्हणजे थोडक्यात काय करायचंय, बिझनेस आपल्याला 2-3 वर्षात कंपनी एकदम चांगली पद्धतीने झाली पाहिजे.
निश्चित चांगली होईल. नाशिक मध्ये एक सह्याद्री फार्मर प्रोड्युसर कंपनी आहे, कदाचित नाव ऐकलं असेल.
काय जाऊन आलोय आम्ही तिथे.
आणि 6 वर्षात त्यांचा आता 500 कोटीच्या वरती टर्नओव्हर झालेला आहे.
ते खूप मोठे साहेब.
पण आपण कमीत कमी आपल्या शेतकऱ्यांसाठी 5 कोटी टर्नओव्हर करायला काही हरकत नाही पुढच्या 2 वर्षात.
हा होईल. आमचं जर कृषी सेवा केंद्र चालू झालं ना, तर आम्हाला कॉन्फिडन्स आमचा वर्षात सुद्धा 2-3 कोटीचा होईल टर्नओव्हर.
बरोबर.
चालतं. मला नंबर मिळेल का तर तुमचा कॉन्टॅक्ट, किंवा मी निलेश लेले सरांची नंबर घेतो त्यांच्याकडून.
ठीक आहे. मी चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये माझा नंबर टाकतो.
चालतं.
ईमेल ऍड्रेस ऑलरेडी टाकलेला आहे, vipra_abds@yahoo.co.in.
बरोबर.
नाही, कसं आहे, आम्हाला जरा मराठी म्हणजे इंग्लिशचं जरा हे आहे, त्याच्यामुळे मराठीत.
आणि आठवले सर, जर तुम्हाला चालणार असेल तर मी टाकतो तुमचा नंबर.
ठीक आहे.
माझ्याकडे 2 आहेत, तो
9822378250.
हा, तो मी टाकतो तुमचा नंबर चॅट बॉक्स. ओके, परफेक्ट.
थँक्यू सर.
I think Prasad sir is
Any
here.
other question?
Just 1 second, Abhishek. Prasad sir is here. Prasad sir from Yes Bank. He has put a message saying that priority sector lending norms of RBI. So, sir, if you can talk and give us some inputs on that as well.
Yeah.
Yes Bank, yeah.
Now this priority sector lending.
Hey, sir, Prasad sir ahead from Yes Bank. So I'm asking if Prasad sir wants to say, or if not, then I can ask Atole sir to also say.
Okay. I would happy if Prasad makes
because he has put in a comment that priority sector lending norms of RBI will apply for loans up to 5 crore per borrowing entity to FPOs and FPCs for undertaking farming with assured marketing of their produce at a predetermined price. So yes, he's actually an executive director at Yes Bank. So if he wants to unmute and
Okay.
Hello.
Okay, Atale sir, you can give inputs on that as well.
So these farmer producer companies, it is a good opportunity for all the banks to lend to these farmer producer companies as per the revised guidelines of Government of India for 10,000 farmer producer companies. A bank can extend a loan up to rupees 2 crores to such farmer producer companies against the guarantee of Government of India given through SFAC. And the basic advantage is that as it is fully covered by the guarantee from Government of India, there are almost no chances for the bank to have such loans as the NPA loans in future. And the second one is that because the farmers are getting such loans up to 2 crores without any security, it is also possible for the farmers to take advantage of this particular scheme. And the financing to farmer producer companies is also one of the priority sector lendings under the overall, you can say, the guidelines under the agricultural loans to the extent of 18%. So it is a subsector of agriculture loans, and banks can get the advantage of reaching to their yardsticks of RBI for the agriculture loans to the extent of 18%.
हॅलो सर. हॅलो
Yeah.
सर, मी सांगोला बोलतो, नारायण वाघमोडे, सांगोला. तर आम्ही 29 डिसेंबरला कंपनी रजिस्ट्रेशन केलेले, शेतकरी उत्पादक रजिस्ट्रेशन केले, 10 मेंबर झालेत. ते स्मार्ट साठी अजून काय वाढवा लागतात काय? स्मार्टला नोंद करण्यासाठी
हो,
किती शेतकरी अजून उत्पादक वाढवा लागतात?
नाही, स्मार्ट साठी तर तुम्हाला जावंच लागेल ना. आता नवीन गाईडलाईन्स प्रमाणे कदाचित ते 300 पर्यंत येण्याची शक्यता आहे. स्मार्ट काय, SFAC काय किंवा गव्हर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया काय, कमीत कमी 300 शेतकरी तरी आपले मेंबर्स व्हायला पाहिजे. प्रेझेंटली 500च आहे, पण या नवीन स्कीम खाली ते 300 शेतकरी हे आपले शेअर होल्डर्स व्हायला पाहिजेत आणि त्यांनी कमीत कमी 1000 रुपयाचा शेअर, 1000 रुपयाचे शेअर तरी घ्यायला पाहिजेत.
अच्छा अच्छा. बरं सर, आम्हाला DPR वगैरे तयार करू, त्यासाठी मार्गदर्शन कोणाला मिळेल?
मी तुम्हाला मार्गदर्शन करू शकतो किंवा माझ्यासारखे जे ऍग्रीकल्चर कन्सल्टंट्स आहेत ते तुम्हाला DPR तयार करणे किंवा बिझनेस डेव्हलपमेंट प्लॅन करणे आणि बँकेकडून फंडिंग मिळवून देण्याकरता ते पूर्णपणे मार्गदर्शन करू शकतो. मी आतापर्यंत बऱ्याच कंपन्यांचे प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट्स करून त्यांना बँक फायनान्स मिळवून दिलेला आहे, फार्मर प्रोड्युसर कंपन्या.
अच्छा अच्छा. सर, तुमचे चार्जेस वर फी वगैरे काय असते सर?
बेस्ट
ऑफलाईन
प्रोजेक्ट कॉस्ट प्रमाणे असते आणि त्याच्याप्रमाणे किती मोठा प्रोजेक्ट आहे आणि माझ्या सर्व्हिसेस कशा कशा करता घेतल्या जाणार आहे त्याच्या बेसिस कस्टमाइज 1 to 1 केस बेसिसवर त्या वर्कआउट होतात. पण आय कॅन अश्युअर की ते जे अफोर्डेबल फार्मर प्रोड्युसर कंपनीला असेल तेवढ्याच माझ्या फीज असतात, बिकॉज आय एम नॉट ए टोटली ए कमर्शियल कन्सल्टंट.
सर, त्यांना आपल्या फार्मर कंपनीसाठी रजिस्टर वगैरे काय काय ठेवावं लागतं? मालमत्ता रजिस्टर वगैरे काय, त्याचं संचालन मंडळ?
ती जी सगळी आहेत ती तुमच्या MOA AOA मध्ये आणि तुमचे कंपनी सेक्रेटरी आणि चार्टर्ड अकाउंटंट हे तुम्हाला त्या बाबतीत मार्गदर्शन करू शकते.
चालेल, ठीक आहे ठीक आहे. ओके सर.
नारायण सर, तुम्ही ऑफलाईन सरांचा नंबर दिलेला आहे, तुम्ही ऑफलाईन त्यांना कॉन्टॅक्ट करा आणि काय जे असेल. आणि आठवले सर, माझा एक क्वेश्चन होता, कारण माझं जे काय अंडरस्टँडिंग आहे FPO मध्ये, जे तुम्ही म्हणाला 300 सभासद, तर 300 शेतकरी कुटुंब, बरोबर?
हो,
तो कुटुंब हा शब्द बहुतेक
बरोबर. आता याच्यामध्ये आपण हे कुटुंबाचं जे 300 म्हणतोय किंवा 500 म्हणतोय, हे अशाच कंपनीला आवश्यक आहे ज्यांना SFAC कडून त्यांच्या 3 स्कीम्स खाली त्यांना बेनिफिट्स घ्यायचे. ऍज पर द कंपनी ऍक्ट, ते इव्हन 10 फार्मर्स ते त्यांची फार्मर प्रोड्युसर कंपनी करून विदाउट टेकिंग other farmers as the shareholder, they can continue to work as a farmer producer company and get the other benefits फ्रॉम द गव्हर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ॲज अ फार्मर प्रोड्युसर कंपनी. त्यामुळे एक लिमिटेड रिलेशनशिप मधले असलेल्या फॅमिलीज किंवा एका फॅमिलीज चे मेंबर्स दे कॅन ऑल्सो फ्लोट अँड प्रमोट ए फार्मर प्रोड्युसर कंपनी. फक्त त्यांना जर SFAC च्या इक्विटी ग्रांट, नंतर तुमचं व्हेंचर कॅपिटल अँड ऑल्सो दी क्रेडिट गॅरंटी हे जर पाहिजे असेल तर त्यांना या कंडिशन्स फुलफिल करणं आवश्यक आहे. ॲज फार ॲज 300 or 500 फार्मर्स as the members of this farmer producer company. आणि मी बऱ्याच ठिकाणी अशा लिमिटेड मेंबरशिप असलेल्या 10 ते 15 लोकांचीच कंपनी करून त्यांना सुद्धा बँक लोन मिळवून दिलेले आहेत. आणि इन दॅट केस त्या लोकांना त्यांना ॲडिक्वेट सिक्युरिटीज या बँकेला ऑफर करणं आवश्यक आहे.
So, Mr.
लेले साहेब.
Oh, perfect.
Mr. Abhishek has raised question.
Okay.
So you can unmute yourself.
हॅलो.
हॅलो.
हा सर, मी ICT जालन्याचा स्टुडंट आहे आणि
बर.
माझं एज सध्या 20 इयर्स आहे. मी सुद्धा एक फार्मरचा मुलगा आहे. तर
छान.
मी म्हणजे काही प्लॅन करू शकतो का की
अगदी
फार्मर
जरूर.
कंपनी?
तुम्ही इनफॅक्ट तुम्ही लीड घेऊन तुमच्या गावात आणि आजूबाजूच्या 8-10 गावात असे 10 शेतकरी उभे करून तुम्ही अशा प्रकारची फार्मर प्रोड्युसर कंपनी निश्चित सुरू करू शकाल.
सर, मी फार्मरिस्ट म्हणजे मी करू शकतो, म्हणजे 10 काय चांगले 300 जे तुम्ही म्हटलात पहिले क्रायटेरिया, ते
बरोबर.
सुद्धा करू शकतो मी.
हो, पण रजिस्ट्रेशनला सुरुवातीला 10च लोक पाहिजे.
ओके.
हा.
ठीक आहे, थँक्यू.
I think Vipin Deshpande, he has raised his hand.
Yes.
हॅलो.
हॅलो.
नमस्कार सर.
हा, नमस्कार.
मला एक अशी अडचण आहे. मी एक नियोजित शेतकरी आता. ऑर्गॅनिक सर्टिफिकेशन साठी कोणी कन्सल्टिंग करतं का?
Organic, yes, there are n number of consultants who are extending the services for certification of the produce as organic produce.
Okay, can you share me the numbers?
तुम्ही एक काम करू शकाल. तुम्ही जे डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवलला डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऍग्रिकल्चर ऑफिसर आहेत,
बरं,
त्यांच्याशी जर संपर्क केला तर त्या एरियामध्ये तुम्हाला कोण मदत करू शकेल याच्याबद्दल निश्चित त्यांच्याकडून माहिती मिळू शकेल.
एक जण होते तालुका अधिकारी, त्यांच्याशी कॉन्टॅक्ट केला पण त्यांनी नंतर फोन उचलणंच बंद केलं.
नाही, तुम्ही डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवलला डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऍग्रिकल्चर ऑफिसर यांना कॉन्टॅक्ट करा.
बरं, थँक्स.
देशपांडे साहेब, तुम्ही आम्हाला पण ऑफलाईन कॉन्टॅक्ट करा. आपल्याकडे पण NPOP NOP करणारे कन्सल्टंट्स ॲज वेल ॲज इकोसर्ट 1CERT ज्या सर्टिफिकेशन बॉडीज आहेत ना, त्यांचे कॉन्टॅक्ट चेंबर मधनं तुम्हाला मिळू शकतील.
धन्यवाद निलेश सर.
एनीबडी एल्स? अजून कोणी क्वेश्चन?
Sir, can I ask? Sonal here.
Yes.
Yes. Sir, आम्ही फार्मर प्रोड्युसर कंपनी ऑलरेडी एस्टॅब्लिश केलेली आहे आणि मूळ उद्देश जी आपली सर महाराष्ट्रासाठी स्मार्ट नावाची स्कीम आली होती त्या हेतूनी आम्ही केलं होतं. आणि सर, आपण जसं सांगितलं की SFAC मधून आपल्याला जर काही बेनिफिट्स हवे असतील 1 वर्षानंतर, तर आपल्याला 1000 रुपयाचा शेअर घेतलेला सभासद पाहिजे, राईट सर?
कमीत कमी 1000 रुपये.
हा, कमीत कमी 1000, राईट सर. आणि सर, मला ते स्मार्टच्या संदर्भात पण तसंच आहे का? कारण स्मार्ट वाल्यांनी काहीतरी 250 सभासद PP साठी सांगितलं, प्रोडक्टिव्ह पार्टनरशिप, आणि 750 मेंबर. हो, मग ते पण कमीत कमी 1000 वाले असले पाहिजे का सर?
ते 1000 असल्याशिवाय तुम्हाला SFAC चे बेनिफिट्स नाही मिळू शकणार ना.
आय अग्री सर.
स्मार्ट शिवाय तुम्हाला इक्विटी ग्रांट आणि व्हेंचर कॅपिटल हे SFAC कडून घेण्याकरता त्यांनी 1000 रुपये तरी कमीत कमी, कारण त्यांनी 1000 रुपये इन्व्हेस्ट केले की त्यांना
Yes, sir.
1000 रुपयाचा शेअर, दुसरा शेअर SFAC तर्फे फुकट दिला जातो.
येस सर, येस सर, येस सर. सर माझा हा डाऊट क्लिअर झाला की SFAC कडून आपल्याला बेनिफिट होईल, पण जर स्मार्ट योजनेमध्ये सर 60% सबसिडी आहे ना,
हो,
मग
ती पण तुम्हाला अवेल करता येईल, पण
हो.
त्याच्याकरता तुमचं 1 वर्षाचं ऑडिटेड बॅलन्स शीट असणं, जसं
Yes, sir.
SFAC ला आवश्यक आहे तसं
Sir.
स्मार्ट कार्ड आहे. आता आमच्या
Sir.
या ज्या 5 कंपन्या आहेत त्या आम्ही 31 मार्चला ऑडिट झाल्यानंतर 5ही कंपन्यांना आम्ही स्मार्ट प्रोजेक्ट खाली रजिस्टर करून ते बेनिफिट्स
Sir.
घेणार आहोत.
येस सर, येस सर, येस सर. हो सर. सर मग जस्ट थोडंसं मला क्लिअर झालंय. लास्ट क्वेरी आहे सर, की
हा.
मग स्मार्ट योजनेसाठी सुद्धा जे आपण सभासद बनवायचे आहेत ते सुद्धा कमीत कमी 1000 रुपये देऊन, म्हणजे त्यांचा पण शेअर
नाही, त्यांच्याकडे तसा क्रायटेरिया काही नाहीये. त्यांच्याकडे
Sir.
जे काही लोन तुम्ही घेणार आहात किंवा
sir.
जे काही इन्व्हेस्टमेंट करणार आहात फॉर डेव्हलपमेंट प्लॅन, त्याच्या
हा, sir.
60% अमाउंट विल बी एक्सटेंडेड अंडर स्मार्ट ॲज
Yes,
अ
sir.
सबसिडी फॉर द फार्मर प्रोड्युसर कंपनी.
येस सर, येस सर. नक्कीच सर, माझा डाऊट क्लिअर झालेला आहे सर, आणि आम्ही आपल्याला संपर्क साधू सर. नंबर आम्ही आपला घेतलेला आहे.
जरूर.
सर थँक्यू सर.
सर आठवले सर, दिवसेंदिवस असं बघण्यात आलं की मोस्टली सगळ्या स्कीम्स आता कन्व्हर्ज होत आहेत, म्हणजे
हो,
भलेही सेंटरच्या असतील, स्टेटच्या असतील, पण मोर ऑर लेस त्यांचे नॉर्म्स आता सिमिलर किंवा सेमच होत चाललेले आहेत.
Quite true.
Redmi 9 Power, you can ask.
हॅलो.
Unmute yourself. Sir, if you can unmute.
हॅलो.
हा बोला.
बोला.
हा लेले सर, नमस्कार.
हा बोला.
हा असं होतं ते आपलं जे चेंबर आहे त्याचं मेंबर व्हायला फार्मा प्रोड्युसर कंपनीना मेंबर होता येते का? तुम्ही जे चेंबर स्थापन केलं काय,
Certainly.
त्याचं कसं काय आहे ते पण मला जरा डिटेल सांगा.
हा,
म्हणजे काय
पाठवतो आम्ही, ऑफलाईन पाठवतो.
ऑफलाईन पाठवतो.
हा, तुमचं तुम्ही काय म्हणत नाव, काहीतरी कदम म्हणत ना?
हा, निलेश कदम.
निलेश कदम. ओके.
आपण भेटलो होतो. आपण फार्मा प्रोड्युसर
याला पणनच्या ह्याला ना, MSMB ला भेटलो होतो.
हा, MSMB. ओके, ठीक.
HTC Desire, you can unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I have a question.
बोला.
Sir, you're talking about pharmaceutical companies tie up and all that. I'm sorry, I could not get on that. Is there a way that you can explain that a little?
It is a farmers producer company.
Oh, farmers producer company. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is owned by the farmers, managed by the farmers for their economic prosperity.
Or that we need to create an association like that is what you're advising us?
It is not an association. It is a private limited company for all purposes, registered under the Companies Act of the Government of India.
Oh, sir. Okay. Sir, yeah, I'm actually from Bangalore.
Okay.
I have a property in Bangalore and I started farming recently.
Okay.
So, I don't know how to go about with these things. Is there any way that I can get in touch with you all again and I collect information?
Yeah.
How I can be part of that company?
Now you can, if you are holding a land in your name,
yes,
you can take a lead in your own area in Bangalore and promote the farmers producer company with the help of farmers in those villages.
Sir, I somehow can manage around at least 200 farmers in my place, because I own very less land. I own about 2.5 acres.
No, there is no question of how much land you own. You should own the land and you should be able to mobilize at least 300 farmers as per the new guidelines to get all the benefits from Government of India like SFAC.
Yeah, what is that, sir? SCBC?
SFAC, Small Farmers Agri-Business Consortium.
Agri-Business Consortium.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Basically, to form a farmer producer company, you need only 10 people to begin with.
Yeah.
But
begin
to
with.
get all the benefits, whether it is SFAC or NABARD or SMART and all that, sooner or later you'll have to reach that magic number of 300, which right now I think stands at 500, is what I have understood. Atole sir, correct?
Yeah, very correct.
But without benefits also you can have it, because coming together will get you bargaining powers on the input side also and on the selling side also. So
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Nilesh, and thank you, sir, for both.
Any other question?
I think HTC Desire 826 has raised his hand. प्रश्न आहे का त्यांना? काय विचार? कोणाला काही प्रश्न? नाहीतर आपण 7:19 झालेत. We'll wrap up.
Redmi 9 Power has.
No, sorry. No.
नाही ना? Okay. आणि offline you can always connect with us.
Yes.
You can always connect with आठवले सर. त्यांचा नंबर टाकलेलाच आहे आपण.
हा. Okay. Leave.
So Diksha, I think we can close. You can
Okay.
do the vote.
I would like to propose vote of thanks. Sincerely thanks to Mr. Vijay Atole sir for an enlightening session. And I would like to thank our support partners, AFST Mumbai chapter, Entra O2 and NetProgram. And thank you all the participants to attending today's webinar. So I declare the session has ended. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.